I'm here today to tell you how to do friendship as a Christian. Don't. If you know Jesus, you don't need friends. Friends are weaklings. All you need is the Bible, money, some worship music, and Jesus. Don't be tied down by having to remember birthdays or other people's names. Just remember Bible verses and how to get rich, so that when you get to heaven, you've got money and Bible trivia, and that's all you need to get in. Friends, they cost you time, they cost you money, they cost you effort, they cost you time in the gym. Just hustle, work hard, earn money, get rich, and love Jesus. Jesus said, I have come so they may have life and have it to the full. Being sad, lonely, but rich and full of Bible knowledge, that is life to the full. Hello and welcome back to the garage, which has slightly less stuff there and slightly more stuff here. And all of the stuff still smells like cat wee. Today on Jesus Changes Everything, we're gonna bust some of the biggest myths of Christian friendship to learn how Jesus changes friendship. Now, I don't know if these are the biggest myths, I just thought of them myself. There's been no actual study of these things. I don't know, how would you study these things? I just made them up out of my head, but they seem like they could be some of the biggest myths. So let's go. Here is myth number 1. Christians can only be friends with Christians. No, false. You know, if you're a Christian, being friends with other Christians is helpful and important because other Christians know and love Jesus. They can challenge you when you do the wrong thing. They can pray for you and with you. They can study the Bible with you. They can join you in helping your friends meet Jesus. But we aren't meant to just hang out with only Christians. You know, people who aren't Christians, they know how to be kind and loving. Wild, I know. They know how to challenge you to be the best person you can be. They can be generous, and often they're just good people to be mates with. Plus, if you want your friends to know Jesus, the only way you're going to have friends to come to know Jesus is if you have friends who don't know Jesus in the first place, so you can introduce them to Jesus. See how that works? God loves all people, and everyone is made in his image. So you can be friends with all sorts of people too, even the people who aren't like you, don't believe the same things as you, and live their lives very differently from the way that you would live yours. Excuse me, could I be friends with this bin? Sure, you can be friends with that bin. You've been good friends forever. Next myth. Marriage is the best kind of relationship. False. There are lots of great relationships. Marriage is one. Parents and kids is another. The relationship that I have with ChatGPT, that is excellent. Hey ChatGPT, are we best friends?
Who are you? I've never met you in my life.
Here's the interesting thing about marriage. Christians can hold it up as being good and important, like marriage is so good, so impressive, so important, so amazing. Isn't it the best that everyone gets married? You should get married, you should get married, married. Now, I am married and I like being married. But Jesus tells us in the Bible that marriage is not going to last forever. Marriages will end. But you know what? If you're a Christian and you're friends with other Christians, you are going to know them for eternity. Marriage ends, but friendship doesn't. Other Christians are your brothers and sisters, and you're going to be in the same Christian family forever. The work you do on your friendships now is going to be paying off for eternity. So take that, marriage. It ends, but friendship, that lasts forever. Forever and ever. Next myth. Friendship is easy. Friendship can be easy. Sometimes there are some friends that we have that we're just around and you're friends with them because they're your friend at school, or your friend at sport, or your friend at footy, or your friend at dance, or your friend at swimming, or your friend who catches the same tram as you. Your friends who you met sniffing socks at Vinnie's. Not in a weird way. There is no way that isn't weird. There are all sorts of different friends, and some of those friendships can be very easy because you really like each other. You get on, you got the same kinds of personalities, and they're based around the thing that you know that person from. Sometimes those friendships last. Sometimes they end when the thing that you do together ends. I will never stop snipping socks. Christian friendship is different. In John 15:13, Jesus says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." I don't know what your definition of easy is, but laying down my entire life does not seem easy to me. If you were to go and die for me, I would say, that is quite a large commitment. Here's the thing about Christian friendships. At their best, they may not be easy, but because they are sacrificial, they are rich, they are deep, and they are strong. They are built on the fact that Jesus changed everything when he died for us, rose again, and brought us into his family. If we can recognize that Jesus loved us with everything, then we can love each other with everything that we have available. This causes rich and deep friendships. Christian friendships are not based around circumstance. You might find yourself at the same church, or the same youth group, or the same mixed Christian netball team. In all those things, we've all been brought into the same family and given the same mission by Jesus to go, live for him, and to share the good news of who he is and what he has done with the whole world. When Christian friends work together to care for the world around them, to love their friends, and to share about Jesus, it brings a strength to the relationship that's hard to find anywhere else. Sure, not all Christians are easy to love. And the more committed we are to each other, sometimes the more difficult it can be. Christian friendships may not always be easy, but when they are shaped by Jesus' love, they are deep and they are rich, and that is good. So how do we do this Christian friendship thing? Wow, yes, great question, me in a wig. Here are some ideas that you can work on for your friendships. Pray with your Christian friends. It might feel weird to suggest, but it's actually really powerful. Hang out in person, like in real life, outside of church, youth group, or school. It's actually really fun. Read the same Bible passages as your friends and ask them about what they're reading in the Bible. Tell your friends your problems and ask them to pray for you. Be the friends who only say kind things behind each other's backs. Be a good gossip. Did you hear about Meredith? She's actually really kind and good at sports too. She is the best. If you see a friend in need, help them out, because Jesus helped you out when you were actually, literally, dead. Invite the weird people who don't have many friends into your friendship group. Weird people are easier to love when you do it in a group. And also, weird people usually end up being the best friends. I should know. Invite people who aren't Christians into your Christian friendship groups. They'll see that all Christians are weird and that maybe they would like to be weird too. And that is all of my ideas. What are yours? And now I've got to go get some socks.